Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a great Thursday. Getting to the end of the week, we've had an exceptional week considering the price action hasn't been that great. But we've actually done pretty well. I think as a group, we've had a couple guys that was down on the week, but for the most part, I think most of our Discord has been green and profiting quite well off the strategy. I've done very well. Not as well as not as good as I have, in the prior, say, maybe a week and a half ago, but I've maintained approximately a $600 average each day, trying to get back over 1K. Today I was just right at 800, um, but that's okay. I took profits early. I decided to not risk that crappy price action mainly because we had news today, and um, I was concerned that the big run up during pre-market would just cause us to get into just very choppy situations. So I decided to play it safe. I did exit at levels though. A couple times at least, well, most every time I exit at a level, I did miss a better exit on SPX. I'll show you that. I've
200
got
EMA cross up.
I have to stop being greedy with these. However, part of what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to a point where I can let some of my SPX trades run. There's just been so many times in the past 2 months where I could be over $8,000 on a trade, but I take profit early.
Look for downside.
And it seems like every time I let something run, that's when it doesn't go. So it is what it is. That's how it works. That's trading. So I will start out. My very first trade of the day was Google, and let me get to the right day. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Google. However, I saw it come down pre-market and hit the 162 level. So I was actually watching that. And when I when I saw it come up on this wick here, it just caught my attention. So I had Google options loaded, and I'll show you how I do that. The way I do it seems to be very smooth, quick, and easy in TOS, and I'll go over that in just a second. But so when I saw this, I was watching it. This is the LRC lines, the yellow, the red, and the cyan. Cyan is the mean or the mid. And so as soon
200
as
EMA cross up.
this candle hit right here and started going up, I got in with 10 contracts right here. I didn't make much on this because it went up here. I think I was up like $200 on those 10 contracts, but it instantly came down. And that's what happens sometimes when you get in on the first, breakout candle, first candle of the day. You just get consolidation, market's trying to figure itself out. I was really hoping to get, once it ran over this yellow LRC so high,
Look for downside.
I should have taken like 8 off right here just to lock it in, but I didn't. I watched it, was waiting to see if I'd get a move, and I actually exited when it started pushing back below the yellow LRC. So at that point, I figured, okay, this is a busted trade because the yellow LRC literally becomes support and resistance on many occasions. So I use it as stop outs, I use it as targets, and in this case, I did use it as a target as I was flushing back through it. So I only ended up with $70, and that was this trade right here, Google, $70. Um, wasn't great. But this is how I do my options while I have this open. I'll show you. I have a watch list that I label calls, and I have a watch list that's puts. And what I will do is I will go into, let's just say, we'll go into Amazon, and I just click on my trade tab. I always buy at the money, except for maybe on Fridays. Fridays I tend to buy out of the money, and I come right here and I click copy and I paste. I'll come over here and click copy. Oh, I'm in SPX. I had that changed, but in any event, it's the same thing. I come right here in the at the money, copy, Anyway, I'm overriding one, but you get the point. And then I'll fill this up with a few, like whatever stocks I'm interested in the morning, and that way I'm ready to go. So as they start going, I don't have to go back and forth. Now, as the day goes on, you will have to change it out because it will eventually, say you get a stock that runs, well, your price at, midday could be $20-$30 for that stock, and per contract. So you have to pay attention to that and then just go back in and reload some later. But for early morning, I go ahead and load some up, and then I just pay attention to my LRC grid. I have monitors with two sets of grids, two sets of 12, so I have 24, and these are the ones that I watch, and I watch them in the morning. I watch what's happening, and as soon as I see price starting to break over the 20 or the 200 or pushing off of an LRC, I then, that gets me ready. I go to that stock and then I will trade it. Um, so that's how I do that. It's very simple. This strategy is extremely simple. It's easy. It is by far, hands down, the best strategy I have ever used. The only thing I'm working on getting better at is just holding longer. Um, but for now, it's working. I think it's working great in this price action. And making $800 a day, that's not bad, or $600 a day for the last couple weeks. Um, and honestly, I'm really finished by typically by 11, maybe even sooner. In most cases, usually when I trade more after that, I end up giving back. So typically, if we get a move in the morning, I'm done first trade. That's my goal. But I've had several times where I've traded into to certain levels. But anyhow, so let me go over my next trade. I got into QQQ. This was a good trade. Um, I didn't, I kind of gave back a little bit more than I wanted on this one, but it was a good trade nonetheless. Once again, look at this. It's absolutely just perfection. Um, I waited until it broke this level here because I was concerned about the, oops, where am I at? Am I in the right one? Yes. Okay. So I got in, I got in right here because I wanted it to get over this LRC. This LRC is a long LRC. It is, if you don't know what it is, it's just the same linear regression tool, but I've set it to 0.5, 1, 1.52, and then minus zero point 0.5, minus 1, minus 1.5, minus 2. And so that's these different deviations. This one, even this one. So interestingly enough, it looks a little goofy, but it works and it has mattered. So I have a super long on some which goes back a few months, and then I have a what I just call my long LRC. The long LRC is basically back to the last trend, the up or down change on a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame. So with that said, I wanted it to get over this LRC level right here. And I entered. Once it did, I entered here and I traded up to here. I exited at the yellow LRC, and I took all off but a couple. Once it came down here, I exited the trade completely for $249. I was at, I think, like 320 up here, but that's okay. I wanted to see if I was going to get. A lot of times, what will happen is this right here. But I didn't get that. I got the red candle, and then the red started going down, and when it did, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna let it take any more of my profit, so I got out. Um, Now, what I should have done, but in this case, it's tough to trade into the yellow LRC, so I didn't do it. But the typical way to trade this setup is you get in here, you come up, you exit everything at the yellow LRC, or all but maybe one or two, depending on how many you get in, if you want to give it a
Look for
chance.
downside.
I wanted to give this one a chance, so I think I exited everything but like four on this trade. As it started coming back down, I'm sorry. And the way you would trade this is you all exit, say you exit all but two. You have two left. It comes all the way down here and you're like, oh man, this looks bad. But you see this wick up off of this 20 and you're like, okay, so that tells you to hold. Got a weaker candle. Pushes down, pushes back up, stops right here. Next candle up, you add. You add right there as a push off for this 20 EMA on a 2-minute time frame. You have to use a 2-minute with the 20 for, in my opinion. And then you can scale back out here, stay in this second red because you're kind of extended from your 20. You don't want to give back too much. You exit all of your position. The reason I do that, when I get extended from the 20, you just exit all of your position on the second red. Then guess what? If this continues down, awesome. You did great. You got out. If it comes and pushes back up, guess what? You just get right back in. Buy back in right here. You've already locked away all of this profit. You're not going to lose that. Now you've entered a whole new trade. You let this go, go, go. Second red, exit. Wait for what it'd be this candle. You get, I wait for two greens, one green push up, the next green above, you get in, and I would exit everything at the major level at the 473. So that's how I would trade this. It works extremely well every day. So I urge you to give this a shot if you have never tried it and you're using if you're using indicators and all these different MACDs, RSIs, Bollinger Bands. Gosh, I could go down a litany of. I've tried everything. All it ever did was take my money over time. This is the tried and true strategy. I've used it now for months, and I've had the most amazing profiting streak that I never dreamed I would ever have, honestly. So I'm getting to a point where I'm going to start raising the stakes. I'm going to start um, buying more to make more. So I'm going to start buying more contracts. I'm gonna risk more to get more in the near future. So anyhow, um, super amazing trading strategy. I hope you come and try it out. If you have questions about it, I will help you with it. You can come and join the Discord. We have the Discord link is in the description below.
200 EMA cross up.
And let me get to Tesla. Let's see. Tesla was another one that the LRC got me today, but that's okay. You know what? It is what it is. I got in on Tesla right here on the break over the 208. So I got in right here. Can't draw. I got in on the break. If it came back down, I was going to get out. Not a close. When I trade breakout moves, I will get in. Excuse me one second. Okay, my daughter needed something. So I get in here, and when I trade breakouts, I have two ways of trading, guys. So one is a breakout move, and I wanted to take this breakout move because of this huge candle up, right? And so I got in right at the break, and I wrote it up, and I exited right there. I didn't make a whole lot, $106, but I exited at the LRC, and then it came back down. I did not re-enter. I wish I had and held this the whole way. Had a couple levels to get through. You can see what it did at this level. This is when I should have re-entered. I was, I think, doing other things and I was not paying attention to Tesla, and it had a great move up. That was just a fantastic move. But I trade two ways, breakouts and then what I'll just call my conservative regular trade, which is um, which is waiting for a close over a level and then a green passing the close. I enter on the pass of the close and get in. If it comes back down and closes below this level, I get out. Now you have to be careful with options, of course, if you're, not very familiar with it, or even if you are, you understand if you're entering here, you've really got given yourself a decent amount of risk, especially if you get in kind of heavy. That's a big candle above. Personally, I like, just a close above, a big level. I want to move up, a move up, and move back down, a retest. Retest of big levels is what I want. This I could have considered a retest, came up, back down, and then there. But I don't know if I would have really traded it into my long LRC. That long LRC was a beast. So I probably would not have traded that, but I would have traded this. That was perfect. Perfect setup. And how we trade these in the Discord, super, super easy, guys. We live trade every day.
200 EMA cross up.
In case you're wondering, we basically I'll call out the trades that I see setting up, and others call out their trades. It's quite awesome. So I would draw a consolidation box around this, right? A box. If it goes up, I take the trade. If it goes out of this box, I take the trade. If that price comes back into the box, I'd get out of the trade immediately. Don't even try to fight it. Take your small loss, move on. But if it doesn't, you get the move. Same if it had came down below. If it came back down below, pushes back in, you get out. So just very important. That's the way I trade it. I used my rectangle to draw the box. So I'll draw, and I don't always go to the high. I'll go to like what I think is the most applicable levels. So if I have like all of these landing here and several here, I'll just pick these. If it goes above that, I hop in and then it's off to the races. It's quite a simple, easy way to do it. And look at, I mean, Tesla just had a great, but that was an amazing move for Tesla right here. Zoomed in doesn't look as good as it really was. That was quite a move. So I got Tesla, and then I did have a loss on Goog. Where is my Goog? Goog. I don't recall where I lost on Goog. I forgot to put that in my I do not recall where I lost on Goog. It may have been like right here. I may have traded this here and then it came back down. I think that is where I took a loss on Goog. I'll have to go and locate where I did that. I don't recall. But I did take excuse me, yawning. I did take a small loss on Google, 140 bucks. So then let me go to SPY and show you my SPX trades. These were pretty good, pretty simple. Actually, my best
Look for downside.
My best SPX trade was not even the best SPY trade of the day at all. So my best SPX trade was right here. I saw this coming back down. I took this, it closed below the 20. We are pretty extended from the 200, so I will trade into the 200 only if we're extended with the from the 20 to the 200, with a big gap. And this was a plenty big gap. So I traded here. I got in. I scaled out one on this drop. I bought two. And then where I messed up was it blasted through my long LRC. And this is the time that I got greedy. And I thought I was going to get a move to at least this LRC. And I was really hoping I was going to get it all the way down here. But anyway, I did. And I held it and I got out on this candle, which made it was $370. Well, if I had got out right here, I was over $900. That's how quick SPX moves. So again, just I gave back some money today by not just getting out at the level. So anyway, you can see where my struggle is. My struggle is if I stay in it, then I end up giving back. If I get out, maybe it's my timing, and that's what I have to work on.
Look for downside.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Stay in it, then I end up giving. So okay, let's see. Okay, the next. Oh, that was my best trade. And then I did get a $140 trade, and I just got out because the price action was crappy. I think I got in on this push here, and it started coming down. It went up, came back down, went up. I ended up selling, I think, right in here because I was like, I don't want to wait and get taken out. So I ended up only making $140, but I got in here. Oops. I got in here. It went up. I did not sell here. Came all the way back down, and I was at a loss at this point. So no big deal. Got into profit, was in probably like $300 profit. It came down, went up, came down. I ended up just getting out because I was concerned that I was going to get a flush. Of course, I needed to trust my 20 EMA, but with the price action the way it is, I ran with $140 and was happy with it. So I made a couple small trades. I made a small trade on AMD, and I had a little loss on Amazon.
Look for downside.
And also another little loss on SPX, and end of the day loss that I should never have got in, but I did. So it's just a really dumb trade. It was at the very end of the day,
200 EMA cross up.
and it was actually right in here before this went. So I got in, it was up, it was down, it was up. I think I got back to like right here, and I decided to just take my $40 and run. And of course, just after I take my 40, it goes shoo. But that's okay. That's how it works sometimes. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the recap. I will be putting out more of these just to show how this strategy is working. And if you have any questions or would like to learn anything or would like to just if you need more information about how to trade this, feel free to come into the Discord, shoot me a DM, but you have to be specific because we have a lot of scammers out there. You know, you just it's pretty sad, but I just need to make sure that the people are real and you really, you're asking for help. So just be specific with your questions, and I'll be more than happy to help you. If you need some private tutoring, I can help you with that as well. Just come into Discord and ask, and if I have some time, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it one-on-one, on Discord live. But I will never offer you anything. I will never offer you a course. I will never send you a DM. I will never send you a friend request. I will never try to sell you Bitcoin or anything like that. If you get anything from me or an icon that looks like mine or an image that looks like mine, please double check, make sure it's coming from me. If you get anything from me, it's most likely not me. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not going to be, and I basically will answer DMs, but I'm not going to start DMs with you. So if someone does offer you some type of mentorship or some type of training, I'm not doing that. I'll do free training if you come in and ask for it, but I will not contact you. So stay away from don't fall for the scammers, man. They're just out there in droves. So anyhow, hope you guys had an amazing Thursday trading. I look forward to tomorrow. I'll probably be scalping again on a Friday, but I'm looking to get back to making over 1K a day. Hopefully we can get some price action that allows for that for me. And hopefully you guys are doing well as well. And once again, thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope that you I hope that this has been somewhat entertaining, but also
200 EMA cross up.
informative in how to trade this strategy. So anyhow, I really appreciate it. If you would please hit that like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys have a blessed day, and I will see you on the next video.